Did I get anybody kind of confused?
Well, it would seem as though there's key nutrients like magnesium, like in D3 and the K, are really pretty key for heart health. You would say. I mean,
And your thyroid.
CoQ10 as
CoQ10's
well.
also there too.
Okay.
You got to get. If you ask I've had people on fixed income say, "What do I do?" Poor people, really poor people. What do I do? I said, the stuff in the yellow, get that right.
Okay.
Get that right first. Obviously, you can not eat junk food. That's pretty easy. But on the chemistry side, get your CoQ10 right. That makes your mitochondria run correctly. Don't worry about the viruses and bacteria, but low D, low free teeth, low magnesium. Get that right first.
So what do you use for your vitamin supplements?
I take 20,000 IUs a D a day. In the wintertime, 10,000 IUs a D a day in the summertime. The question was how much, what do I take and how do I take it?
So say that again.
Okay, I'll start over again. What do I take and how do I take it?
Okay.
I take 2 concentrated K a day. I take 120 of Armor Thyroid. Because when I had my little speed bump in 2006, it screwed my thyroid up and it's still screwed up. I have the genetic disposition of not being able to process a form of B vitamin. So I take a B vitamin supplement, MTHFR. I take 2 of those a day. I take selenium, 100 micrograms.
How do you spell that?
Selenium, Selenium. Selenium.
How much do you take of that?
100 micrograms, MCGs. You don't want to take a lot of, Why do I do that? Well, where I'm from, we have no selenium in our water, and they have to even give selenium to horses and cows so they don't die. So again, check your selenium levels. Everything I do, I check. I just don't capriciously and arbitrarily take stuff. I check everything. I take 4 fish oil a day, 1,350 milligram fish oils, 4 of those. I take 2 high-potency MSM glucosamine chondroitin tablets. I take 5 grams of magnesium malate. I take 3 grams of citrulline, 3 grams of lysine. Let's see what else. I'm trying to go through my vitamin box here. I take basically a multi-B individually. I don't take niacin anymore. I take 10,000 IUs a D in the summer, 20,000 IUs a D in the winter, because there is no such thing as sun in Upper Michigan. And one thing about D, you only get sufficient D between 11 o'clock and 1:30 during the day on your face with no clouds. And how often does that happen in Wisconsin? It's about as often as the Lions win the Super Bowl. So
How about magnesium?
I take 5 grams of magnesium malate a day. Now, my magnesium test that I use is red blood cell magnesium. And the people who say, oh, you don't need to test red blood cell magnesium, that's a worthless test. Well, that's like HbA1c for your diabetes. HbA1c is a test that goes over 90 days. It tells you what your red blood cells have been doing because red blood cells hang around for 90 days. Well, if you know you have enough magnesium in your system, you're going to have nice high red blood cell magnesium. So now you know you're doing that right. You check that off the list. Remember, we got this list of that multi-headed dragon. So I also take ubiquinol, or CoQ10, 200 milligrams a day, of the ubiquinol form because that's more bioavailable. And what else do I take? I take tocotrienol, Delta Gold tocotrienols. I've been playing with that too. And that's about it. For aspirin, right? For aspirin, yeah. That's
The
That's,
glucosamine chondroitin, is that for joint health, typically?
Mhm.
Have you ever considered just taking the pure collagen that's available nowadays instead of the precursor?
it just works for me.
Works, okay.
Remember, everybody's body's incrementally different. I'm APOE 3/3. So that's good. See, that,
Lucky in that.
yeah, very, very, very fortunate. So, anyway. I take, oh, that's right. I take 6 grams of vitamin C a day, too. I have a fishing tackle box. That's why sometimes I kind of forget. I should bring my cheat sheet with me. It's,
So, do you take them all at the same time? I mean,
yeah,
twice a day, 3 times a day?
I just suck them all down.
You just suck them out with water, with juice?
Half and half.
Half and half cream.
Hmm.
Coffee.
Just suck it right down. No coffee, just suck it right down with my half and half. And I have 1 meal a day. That's correct. Yes,
So
I do.
You do 1 meal a day?
Right.
Between 5 and 7?
Yes.
Do you think there would be any rationale for spreading out some of those, like vitamin C's water?
It's water soluble. Yeah.
So obviously, if you take a lot of it at once, your body might use it as it needs, but then the rest of the day you don't have it.
Well,
Any rationale
the logic that I have with that is kind of strange. And again, it goes back to making that giant intestine. The logic is this. If you cycle your vitamin C and cycle your lysine and cycle your D, it goes and drops off, drops off, drops off. Okay. You cycle the bad bacteria that are floating around in your system. They never get a hold of something. They never really get a hold of you. So that's why you do that. You see, there's additional advantages to lysine and D and C. It kills stuff. Kills a lot of stuff. And the latest research on, say, cancer cells, they're now giving IV vitamin C and vitamin K3 along with vitamin D for cancer treatment. That's some stuff that my partner and I just learned about in October. So that's kind of neat. That's kind of neat. Sure.
So if you can recommend some good resources a person can look through, or things like sources that you believe are really reputable and recommend things, what would you say?
The question is, who would I recommend for sources to basically fact check stuff? Well, the internet has turned into the National Enquirer, so it's pretty tough to do. The best place to start from, Dr. Transit, would you say PubMed would be a great place to start? Now you want K?
Explain
PubMed is the internet clearinghouse for peer-reviewed literature of medicine. Peer-reviewed literature, not bongo drum beating people from Burning Man. And that's a good place to start. And when you type in a keyword search, you will see a whole host of articles that come up. And those articles have also references. And that will get you going in the right direction.
What about reading books? What books and authors?
Well, the books with regards to K, I would say the best resource out there, and I don't want to sound like I'm... Dr. Transit developed the website. That's her handiwork. She's brilliant. And it's the clearinghouse, wouldn't you say, Doc? It's the clearinghouse for vitamin K literature and not cherry-picked stuff. It just is what it is.
Your website?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's not, it's kind of, people complain about it because they say it's complicated. Well, no kidding, it's complicated. I'm an engineer. You know, I'm not going to make things easy on you. Because if you do, you end up with misrepresentation of facts, and then people get hurt. We don't want to hurt anybody.
So, Dr. Mercola?
It's a good place to look. Mercola's.
The wheat belly diet.
Oh, Dr. Bill Davis? Yeah, great place. Wheat belly's a good place to learn about how to eat correctly. Any of the YouTube videos by Dr. Tim Noakes out of South Africa, Noakes, is good. The Vitamin D Council is also a great place for resources. You've got resources here at the Wellness Center that you can tap into. You know, you got it right here. So,
Internet, so I like to know books and stuff I could read.
books, there really aren't any that you can trust. Rameh wrote a book on vitamin K. Goodman wrote a book on vitamin K. You could read that, but that information is dated. Because how often well, you're working on revamping you're adding even more data to the site now, and it's just blossoming what's going on out there. And you see it on Stop the Thyroid Madness is another good site for thyroid stuff. It's there. Go ahead.
The Big Fat Lie,
Oh, The Big Fat Lie. Oh yeah, there's a good book. That's a good book.
that's about the diet and
That's about the diet and how we've been lied to, basically.
As far as the low-fat diet.
Oh God, yeah. Oh yeah. That is so wrong. Right. But no, in terms of actually a good place to go find stuff, there isn't. Big Fat Lie is a great book. Wheat Belly is a great book. So
You know, the wheat belly, I have really high triglycerides and cholesterol,
right.
okay? I mean high.
Okay.
And, so I started the wheat belly January 9th,
Mm-hmm.
and I did lose 14 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
But you eat, you do eat good fats, but a lot of it. Do you think that's really good for me? I mean, unless I'm that 1%
Okay.
of the
Or
population.
the ApoE4 person, if you're one of those,
I
then
know,
then
I
if you have-
just learned about it
Right.
here, so I gotta get that tested
Get that tested first.
first.
Have you had your heart scanned?
No, but my sister did, she had a 0 last year.
That's good.
Zero, she's a year older than me, a 0.
Well, that does.
These high numbers and,
I.
I mean, my cholesterol's 310.
So,
my LDL.
are you dead?
No.
My.
Trigs are 578.
So.
Yeah.
So.
good to get
It's
tested. Well,
not a
good to
bad
get
thing.
tested, you know.
Okay, it's good that you got tested. And remember what I say. Everybody's body's different. Well, my cousin, his triglycerides are up in the stratosphere, and his nickname is Slim, and he's not. He never was. In fact, his nickname was after Slim Pickens, the old country western guy. Anyway, but so Slim got his blood work done. This doctor that he said panicked. Oh my God, you got to be on a statin, and induced type 2 diabetes on him. Good job. In fact, the statin affected him so badly that he had brain fog, severe brain fog, and coupled with type 2 diabetes, he ended up in a motorcycle accident, which then gave him that concussion syndrome. He lost his driver's license, and his brain fog was so bad that he couldn't take the state driving written test. He just couldn't. He'd get it all wrong. Now that's bad. He stopped taking a statin finally, and his blood sugar started to come around. It's not perfect yet. And guess what? He got one wrong on the state driving test. Hell, I don't think I could even do that. So, and he had high triglycerides. And I said to him, why are you worried? Well, the doctor said for me to worry. Okay. You probably had him when you were a kid. You ain't dead yet. Get a heart scan. Amen. The DMEG.
Could you imagine if I got heart scan?
And you were fine.
Numbers? I tried treating myself years ago. I took fish oil and
Mm-hmm.
cinnamon. Went and got tested. 2,500 was my triglyceride.
Right. I've read about.
So I went on three statins. They put me on 3, and did that until my hair was falling out, just falling. My hair was falling out. And then I quit them and thought, I'd rather die pretty than live with no hair.
Right.
I was really depressed. And so,
Again, define the problem.
yeah. I just hope I don't have bad.
Well,
Go look.
Get scanned, yeah.
Get scanned.
I see you have glasses. I was mentioning it with someone else earlier today that the arteries in your eye are kind of a proxy for the arteries in your heart.
Right.
And eye doctors who see that your eye arteries are clogged, they will tell you, go get your heart checked, because that could be a sign that your heart arteries are clogged. So last time I was at the doctor, they said, the eye doctor said, oh, yours are perfectly clear. You know, I said, oh, that sounds pretty good. And they
Right.
told me the story about how, so if you're at the
I
eye
never
doctor,
said anything.
if you have an eye
Sam's
appointment
Club.
before, that's better to get a heart scan, you know,
Yeah, you're
things
right.
like that, or
Okay.
get your ApoE4 tested.
Right.
But that's a little proxy that can tell you, oh, maybe that
Yes,
my arteries are doing okay.
The important thing about what you're doing
yes,
is you're taking ownership in your health.
yes.
And when you take ownership in your health, that's when you can get and stay healthy. Remember what I said? One size doesn't fit all?
Yeah.
K is just one part of a whole lot of other stuff going on.
Right. I am taking your K.
Well, good.
Did
Thank
that
you.
a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And that's part of the reason why you
Which-
listed all of
yeah.
your supplements, that's based off of what your body.
I dialed my body
So
in.
we have to, all of us have to take. a look
Dial,
at what we
right.
Yeah, and it's another thing is testing, you know, I mean, he obviously has gotten lots and lots of tests to know
God, yeah.
you know, many, many different aspects, but it is expensive, you know, so you want to start, you probably want to go with the most important test first, you know.
Right,
And then if you have extra funds, you know, you can get other types of
Right,
measurements.
right. Heart scan over in Green Bay, 50 some odd bucks. Great, great investment. Get your red blood cell magnesium checked, get your free T3 checked, get your D checked. Just start there. And then, get your APOE checked. Because then if you don't get that checked correctly, you're going to go down the wrong path. Again, define the problem.
Can you do that list again? Free T3, magnesium, APOE?
D. And that should be about it, right?
Why don't you explain the issue with APO?
Okay, the question is, please explain the APOE situation. Well, we can talk about APOE 4.4. The literature indicates that if you have APOE, and this is, as an engineer, you kind of look at it, really? 90% of the people who have APOE 4.4 typically get Alzheimer's. Typically. Only 90%. So as an engineer, he asks, oh, what about the other 10? You think about that. You see, this is how an engineer thinks. Really? Okay. 9 over here, 1 over here. What's different? That's how engineers act. Think about things. What's different? What changed? You know, the who, what, when, where, why, and how. APOE gene, the 4.4 gene, or the 4 gene, apparently drives your liver to reprocess your LDL and HDL in half the time as a 3.3. So, if you are reprocessing your LDL and HDL, you're sending out LDL and HDL, fresh LDL and HDL, possibly not, again, here's that surface chemistry thing, not properly coated the right stuff, if not coated at all. And you'll sometimes hear these phrases called oxidized LDL. Okay. Who here has a bumper on their car? We all do. What happens if you lose the chrome on the bumper? What does the bumper look like? It rusts. That's oxidation. So if you do not have the proper coating on or in, again, this can really get into high ends. If you don't have the right coating on or in your LDL and HDL particle, guess what? It will appear to be oxidized. And guess what? You're supposed to have oxidized LDL, because if you've got this LDL winging around your system, it's dropping stuff off, it's going to be gone. So it has to be. Okay, it's simple logic. So anyway, that's how that kind of sort of works.
Where do you get these tested?
Oh boy, the question is, where do I get my stuff tested? Well, I don't have any agreements with anybody, so I just go online. I go to directlabs.com. I've gone to all sorts of different online testing. I shop around for my best price. Then I go to a draw site, typically in Milwaukee.
So you have to get a blood sample drawn, like you go to a phlebotomist, get a blood
Right.
sample drawn, and then you mail it off to the direct.
Right. The phlebotomist mails it off. Typically, Quest Diagnostics has stuff. I go to Petoskey routinely. They've got a Quest Diagnostics has a phlebotomist there that I go. Now, even for me, the stuff has gotten so expensive. I only do it once a year. I'll typically get between 35 and 60 tubes pulled.
It's a lot.
Did you say 35?
35 to 63. 63 is my record. I was experimenting. I'm kind of a walking, talking lab rat, so I was kind of experimenting with this. But Life Extensions has got labs that you can order up online. They're very good, and they're much cheaper than local, to a local physician or whatever. But the problem is there's no close draw sites to Wausau.
For life extension, yeah, I got a blood test from them, but the draw sites that they work with weren't near Wausau.
Right.
But you can get a phlebotomist at any hospital here in Wausau to draw for you. I don't know how much it costs, it might be $100 or something, I'm not sure.
We can get phlebotomists here too.
Oh, okay, great, yeah, so
Okay,
we can get them in here.
Good.
If you would want to schedule that.
good. Well, here again, there's many ways to skin this cat. And again, if you take ownership in your problem, you'll figure out a way of skinning this cat. I did. I worked at it. It wasn't easy. I don't need a chest or metal to pin it on. It sucked. I've got about 16,000 hours of reading about this stuff. Trust me, I could have spent my $150,000+ out of my own pocket over the last 18 years on something other than this. And I don't know how many hundreds and thousands of miles of driving around to get tests done. But I was kind of motivated. So.
And now your heart, most of your heart metrics have all gotten better, and
Well, that's
pretty still
yeah, that's
from the first page there.
that's the very first page. Since 2012 to here, I've 10.2% reduction in score and volume, and that's on a 320 slice scanner. I was going and getting EBTs down near in Franklin, Wisconsin, down by Milwaukee, but they're out of business, so I don't know.
It's pretty remarkable because a lot of doctors would say that you can't reverse
Right.
calcium in the artery.
Right. That's what it's supposed to do at 15% rate. So if I was here, which is pretty close to there, I would be here, and I wouldn't be here. So as an engineer, you say, what changed? It's not dumb luck.
Take-home message is that it is possible.
It is possible. But first measure it. Measure it. Take ownership. Those are the first two things. Measure it and take ownership. K is only one part of that dragon. It's only one part. It's not the be-all and you got to get the other stuff right. That's the issue. And remember, it looks intimidating, but when you look at each little box, you could say, heck, I can do that. Heck, I can do that. Or I'm already doing that. Who in here has already taken D? Yeah. Right. So check that off the list.
Okay, first test I had, I was a 12. I was a 12.
Oh my God.
I wasn't even good at the test. My son got his tested, his was single digit actually.
Oh my God.
So I've been taking D. I know, I probably got a foot in the grave.
Well, you don't look like you have a foot in the grave. You look very healthy.
I've got a cute vitamin D story. Maybe it was on the previous video, but it's kind of cute. I was helping this one lady who's on the Russian Olympic team in the 400 hurdles, Vera Rudakova. And Vera wasn't running too well. And she went to the Russian Sports Institute of Medicine, and they did this whole plethora of tests on it. A plethora of tests is like exogenous, is a big word, kind of cool, It's kind of like the necrotic core. Anyway, so Vera couldn't run worth a darn. So her coach, Tatiana Zelentsova, got a hold of me and said, Patrick. Yeah, that's how she talked. Vera, she has problems. Come to Memphis. We need some help. So I got down there and I heard everything, what was going on. And now Tatiana, her coach, is a PhD biomechanics genius. 2-time world record holder in the 400 hurdles. Brilliant lady. Fun lady to be with. Oh my God. Can she party? Oh, man. So she says, Patrick, look at blood work. Tatiana, it's in Russian. Oh, you can write a little Russian. I will translate. Oh, geez, good God. Just packet of stuff like that. So when we got all done, I don't know what finished first, the bottle of vodka or the paperwork, but I said, Tatiana, where's her vitamin D and magnesium? Is that important? So I took her over to, got her labs drawn. She was training there for a month, got the labs back in a week. Her D was like yours, like 12 or 14 or whatever, okay? Less than 20. And I said, Tatiana, she can't, athletes the Olympic athletes that I work with, we found that athletes burn D as fast as they burn glucose. So if you drive your glucose down because you're working out really hard, you're going to drive your D down. What's the first thing you see about athletes? They get really moody. Why do they get moody? Their serotonin levels drop. Why do their serotonin levels drop? Because their vitamin D levels drop. What does that have to do with it? Because serotonin is made from vitamin D. So we got Vera squared away, and she went back to Russia, and she set new personal best in the 400 hurdles. And now she swears by it. Vera also takes concentrated K. The latest work from North Texas State, they did a study on MK7, and they found that at 1 milligram a day, athletes improved their endurance by 10%. That's pretty good, huh? That's not bad. Now, the athletes that take this, they love it. They just love it because they can tell when they don't take it. Remember, they take ownership in their bodies. I mean, that's their livelihood. And they can feel it when they don't take it within 3 days. And got a kind of a cute story. Jeremy Scott, who was on the 2012 Olympic team, Jeremy's in medical school now. He's a pole vaulter. And Jeremy told me the story about their 1 hour lecture on vitamins and how they kind of screwed it up on vitamin K1. Kind of neat. And Jeremy, when he was training, getting ready for the 2012 Olympics, every now and then he would just, we all slip up and don't take our vitamins for 2 or 3, 4, 5 days. And he said within 3 days, he could feel that he was just not on his game. Remember, now these are people that split hairs beyond all recognition. So it's out there, and it's very important. Very important.